Hello, this is Ethan Stanks for iteration 2 of Disc-Emojify. I am going to start out with the code review of what I did this week. So, starting off in the Discord bot itself, I have the inject and react command set up. So what that will do is simply just change the listen mode to a different integer, and on the onMessage event for the bot, like when it sees a message in the channel, it will then check to see if that message was in the channel, and if it wasn't a command, and we actually have the set listening mode to true, we're going to go through and see what mode that we have set. Depending on, number 1 was last week's respond, so we added number 2, number 3. So for the inject one, what it does is it will go through and see, first off, it will get the predicted emojis. I updated the predict function in the model to predict multiple words in a message. So before it would just predict one word out of a message. Now it will go through, split up the message itself, get all the keywords out of it, and then it'll go word by word and get each prediction for each of those words. Then that goes back over to the bot, checks to make sure that we actually have a word predicted, and we go through and we put all those into the message I sent. So we rebuild that message, but we take out the keywords and replace those keywords. Well, technically we don't take them out. We go through that message and we replace all the keywords with the emojis that we predicted, and I'll show that in a minute. The bot is now online, so I'll go ahead and go over to that in a little. Secondly is the react one. This is a little different from inject and respond, as adding a message reaction actually needs the emoji itself. So before we were just using like man, and that would, if I put past this man, like shorthand emoji, into the respond or inject one, Discord will automatically convert that to the emoji in text, because Discord just does that. But to add a reaction, it doesn't use shorthand emojis. So I actually I created a whole new file where it's just the mapping of each shorthand emoji to the actual emoji Unicode. So that was a little time waster, but it got it done. And simply it's just a get emoji passing the shorthand emoji, and it returns the mapped one. So that's what pretty much all it was needed for this one. It'll go through that same thing that was done in this one, where it goes and gets all the keywords, and then for each keyword it will add the reaction. And if can't find the emoji to react with, it will just simply print out which one emoji is not working, because I had a couple issues with that. Moving on, in the model itself this week, I've been trying to get the hyper parameters tuned, and the model is very overfit, meaning that it only knows training data and doesn't do well with new unseen test data. So to counteract that, I've been trying to play with learning rate and dropouts, and that kills the overfit, meaning that it's helping on that end, but it's not raising the train or test scores. So the train or test scores are very low when I do that. So I just have it commented out for right now so I can show the demonstration of the bot stuff. But the model itself is pretty much the same. I did add another layer of an LSTM, and I have the 2 dropouts there. But anything else? I showed you the predict. I can show you that I have been doing hyperparameter testing. So what that means is pretty much I will run it in a loop. I don't have it here anymore because I deleted it, because it's really simple to add back. But you run in a loop, pretty much you load into a file, so right here. This is what the first one was. You load in the file, so like the embed, so all this stuff that's up here. Embed dimensions, number of repoaches, batch size, learning rate, dropout, recurrent dropout. I can load all the different parameters from a file. So it'll go through a loop, load these, and then it'll export the loss, accuracy, test. What's it called? I don't have it on the top of my head. Mean absolute error. The test mean absolute error and train mean absolute error. So then I can go through, and it'll look all like this. So it'll give me all the scores. And there's about 190 of these. This took me about 5 hours to run. And all it does is it runs on its own, and it gives me the scores. As you can see, they're very low. Like there's some scientific notation which is even lower than these ones, but and some they're not very high with the mean absolute error. And the accuracy itself, this is the accuracy. We have some 6%. I don't even know. There's a 7% somewhere. Yep. So about 7 is the highest we're getting so far, which is very low and very poor for a model. But I'm trying to work on that. Anyways, 6 minutes in already. Sorry about that. Let's get into the actual Discord itself. So, bots online, so we're going to call it listen. Now, I'm going to showcase all the features, because last week we did respond. So I'm going to have a couple of test prompts here on my side screen. So the man went fishing, it will say that. I got a dog for Christmas. We'll do that. I had a yummy sandwich for lunch. You'll do that. Now, like I said, it's very good for stuff that it's trained on. It's very overfit. So my assumption is that it's trained on yummy, sandwich, lunch, dog, Christmas, man, fishing. Now, for example of something that it's tested on or hasn't seen before. Now, in the data set, there's definitely not everyone. I don't know about hate, and there is pickles. So pickles might be a word that it's trained on. Now, since it's very bad with stuff that it's trained on, it has no idea what to do for it. So it automatically just picks a emoji when it runs. So words that it doesn't know, like if I did hi, it'll just do the ta-da emoji. So I figure I'd show that just to show what it does for words it doesn't know. Let me switch it over to the inject command. And in inject command, I'm going to do the same stuff. The man went fishing. And as you can see, it replaced the man and fishing with the man and fishing emoji. I'll do that for the other ones. I got a dog for Christmas. I had a yummy sandwich for lunch. And why does everyone hate pickles? And now I'm going to switch over to the React command and do the same thing. The man went fishing. I got a dog for Christmas. I had a yummy sandwich for lunch. And why does everyone hate pickles? Now it'll only react once because you can only add one reaction per user account. Like if I wanted to add a reaction here, I can't go through and add multiple reactions. It only lets you add one. So even though it has 3 ta-das, it's only going to add 1 ta-da as a reaction. But that is what's going on with the interface side. Let me just double check what else I need to do here. Sorry. Trello. Oh, no, we're on. Okay, we'll do GitHub because it's open. GitHub, I need to have at least 3 days push, so I'll go to commits. I got the 30th, the 1st, and the 6th, which is today. But pretty much from the 1st and the 6th was me doing the getting the bot tuned. So I just been trying to work on that, and I haven't really done any pushes because I haven't really made any breakthroughs. But I just pushed what I had out there, which was the test stuff and the different trials, that I was running. Back over here. Oh, Trello. We had the evaluate model, inject command, and reactions. I added evaluation graphs. I added the Discord command and reaction command, so those are finished. Still working on tuning the model, as you can see before. But the evaluation for the model is these two graphs I have so far, which, as you can see, this is like the how well the training is doing, but this is how well the accuracy is. I mean, like for new stuff, it's very poor compared to the overfit, and that's the same thing for the loss. So pretty much you want a low loss, so that's why the blue one's going down, 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 but the test one is a 7, so that's like a 21, which is very bad. What is next? Self-reflection. What do I want to continue doing? I'll just pull this back up. What do I want to continue doing that worked well? I want to continue the work schedule I had made. I try to work for about 5 hours a day, which keeps the mind fresh and thinking of new ways to solve problems for the project. What do I want to stop doing that is slowing/stopping production? Again, last week, I'm messing with the emoji data. This week I had some spelling mistakes, and I needed to fix, as well as the emojis being needed to be mapped for the reaction. So making that whole big file, this whole file took a while. So that's definitely slowing production down. What do I want to start doing that I think would improve production? I started this week, and it said hyper parameter tuning testing trial stuff, which is this. Even though it took about 5 hours, it still saved, like it was a lifesaver. Like if I went through and manually changed all these to these values, it would take me like days. So definitely improved production with that. What went right and why? Finishing the Discord features that I wanted, having all 3 modes made with some working error prevention is perfect. So the react command, inject command, and respond command all working is all I really wanted so far. So if I wanted to, I can think of something else to do, but the main features I wanted are complete, so that's perfect. What went wrong and why? As I've said multiple times in this video, definitely the tuning of the model is going pretty bad. Anything I try will result in the model being overfit, and that means it really only knows training data and does poorly with unseen test data. Or if I try techniques to combat the overfit model, the model train score drops dramatically, and the test scores doesn't improve at all. I can't tell if it's the way I have the model set up, or if it's due to the data that it's training on. How can you use your experience this week to make your future development smoother? Discord side of things shouldn't be too much hassle for future development, as I have it down. I have the hyperparameter testing set up for the model, so when I test for hyperparameters, it will work smoothly in the future. It won't take as much time. So that's it for iteration 2. Discord side of things, perfect, spot on. Model side of things, very much frustration and headaches, as you can see with how the model performs. So thank you, and I'll see you next week.